And now we can move to the nose. So first thing is to mark the nostrils with a 4B or darker, like this. And also strengthen the line under the nose. And if our light source is coming from the top right corner, it will cast a shadow over the left side, like this. That's why I'm shading here. I'm using an HB here just to see, just because I want to make it brighter, to see whether the cast shadow looks good like this, if I place it like this. Okay, now I can darken it with a 4B. Okay. Okay, now we can shade the whole shadowed area on the left side and under the nose. I use an HB here and I press pretty hard, and I use a circular motion all the time. So once again, it's a circularism technique, which means that you have to apply tiny overlapping circles in order to create smooth texture. It's not smooth yet, but we're going to blend it with a tissue or with a Q-tip, and it's going to be very smooth. So this is a very time-consuming work, and just take your time. And connect this shadow to the shadow that you drew under the eyebrow. So just make the edge between these two sections invisible, like this. Okay, now let's shade it downwards towards the rim or the wing of the nose. And here also connect this HB to the cast shadow, to the shadow that is cast by the wing that we created with the 4B pencil. And also here make the edge between these two shades invisible. Let's create the cast shadow here under the nose. So this is the shadow that is cast by the tip of the nose. And here I'm creating the cell shadow now, but I have left, as you can see, 1 millimeter thick edge for reflected light. So we're going to shade it as well, but with much brighter pencil. So the tip of the nose would be shaded just the way we shade a sphere. And now let's do the same with the wing on the left side. Also leave out the edge for the reflected light and shade the self shadow. And leave the right side of the nose untouched for now. So the size of the area that we are shading now in this step depends on the size of the nose and the source of the light that falls over the face. But I think the darkest shadows are good like this for now. We can always shade more later. Now, since we want to create a gradient transition from the shadow to the highlight, we have to use brighter tone now, and I'm using a 2H here, and I want to shade all around the previously shaded area, using also the circular motion all the time. And I press hard over the edge of the HB area, and I release the pressure as I work away from it, because this way I will create the gradient transition of the gray colors. And this shadow cast by the left wing should be a bit bigger. That's why I'm shading a larger area here with the 2H. So here also make that flawless gradient transition by pressing hard next to the HB area and pressing less and less as you shade away from it. And also shade next to the HB here on the left side. Okay, now it's time for the brighter shade. I'm using a 4H here, and I also go all around the previously shaded area, and here the same circular motion, pressing hard next to the previously shaded area and releasing the pressure as we shade away from it. You can still use a 2H if you'd like, but you have to press less. And here leave untouched the top of the nose like this and just shade around. And now we can shade the right side of the nose, also using a 4H. And let's just shade this wing. As always, circular motion. I don't really want to repeat myself, that's why I don't say anything, because I do the same all the time. And I'm doing it pretty fast, so you don't have to draw this fast. The speed will come with time and practice, so just take your time. And I'm pressing harder here between the wing and the top of the nose. You see, it's now much darker to separate the wing from the top of the nose. And I also press harder here over the edge of the wing. on the right side, like this. And also press harder here under the wing. And now we can shade the reflected light because it shouldn't stay white. So just go over it with the 4H like this. You can see that it's still bright. It's still much brighter than surrounding area, but it's not white anymore. And now it looks much better. Just go over the areas where you haven't applied enough shade. Just go over it again. And also here on the left side, let's go all around with a 4H. So don't worry if you see some dots or imperfections. We're going to blend it and they will just disappear. And now we can shade this right side of the nose. You can start here under the eyebrow.